This big box arrived lately. Today, we together explore what's inside. My name is Karsten from Klembau, and we build and review the antique store by Funwhole. Have fun! The set was provided by the Funwhole company for review. All opinions expressed here are my own. Let's start with the box. It's set F9033. It has 2,847 pieces and the recommended age is 16+. It has a wonderful box design and shows the set from the front. The back shows the antique store accompanied with other Funwhole sets like the newsstand, the book cafe and the flower truck. The rest is covered with warning in different languages. Time to open the box and see what's inside. Let's break the sealing and we can open the box from the bottom. We can see 2 instruction booklets and a lot of parts. This box is really packed with bricks. Let's have a close look at the instruction booklets. Both of them have the same artwork. In the bottom left you can find a QR code that brings you to a PDF version of the instructions. So you can basically decide if you use the printed or the digital instructions. Next we have the service cards with links to the Facebook group as well as the link for replacement or missing parts. Let's have a look at the first few pages. I'm very curious as this is my first Funwhole set. Have you already built one? Let me know in the comments. The first pages shows a little introduction to the minifigures as well as the light kit is explained in detail. Yes, you have heard right, it contains a light kit like every Funwhole set. The instructions are just like the one from the big Danish brand. It is divided into 12 construction sections and each section contains multiple bags. There are 2 F bags, which contain special bricks for the cable management as well as the minifigures. The light kit is stored in a separate box. It contains all the necessary cables as well as the battery box. So here are all the bags that you get for that set. Each section has 3 to 4 bags and as you can see they cover almost my entire table. Note that this set has absolutely no stickers at all. They even have prints that span across multiple tiles. Those prints are safely secured in an extra bag. In the instructions they will explain the purpose of the F-pack and its contents. Below you can see how the minifigures are built. Let's start building the minifigures. First we build M. Jean Michael, who's supposed to be the store owner. He lost his wife and dedicated the store to her. Alongside there is a store assistant as well as a female and a male customer. Every minifigures contains of 10 parts. Unlike the Lego minifigures you have to assemble the legs and the arms on your own. As you can see that can be quite tricky if you are not used to it. But it gets easier with every figure you assemble. Phew, finally done. For the other arm, I decided to attach the hand before adding the arm to the body, which is much easier. You have to pay a bit attention when you add the arms as you can easily attach them wrong, which happened to me. I noticed this after the review, unfortunately. So, we completed the first minifigure, the store owner. How do you like the minifigure? I think they are quite cute. They have nice hair, a printed body and playable arms and legs. Time to build the other 3 minifigures. Next in line is the store assistant. He has no name. This also applies for the 2 customers. First we build the female customer, also with brown legs and a beautiful blonde hairpiece. Last but not least the male customer. Then all 4 minifigures are complete. Let's have a closer look at the 4 minifigures and we start with the store owner. He looks very classical, brown trousers, a withy shirt with suspenders. He is really the archetype of an antique store owner. Next we have the store assistant. He wears also a white shirt covered by a pullover or a pullover and a vest, very hard to determine. He wears glasses and with his face he looks younger than the store owner. Next comes the first customer and as I watch my recordings, I noticed that he has 2 left arms. When I built them, I didn't notice that there are spare arms and hands, so I just looked for the correct color. So, if you build them, make sure that you get the correct arms. Last but not least the female customer. She wears an orange jacket and looks very beautiful. And here are all 4 minifigures. We also have a brick separator for this set. This one is quite different from the one from Lego. Unfortunately this one has much more grip and it's more difficult to release the bricks. Time to start the build with the first bag. I recorded the entire first section as a speed build, so you get a rough idea how the building experience is. We start with a 16 by 16 plate and we add a lot of tiles on it. In the first section we build the base including the bottom part of the very big shelf that is placed in the middle of the building and span across multiple floors. In fact, I missed adding one tile, which I now add. Unlikely to Lego, you have some extraordinary spare parts. In my case, I had a 2x6 tile and one tile modified as leftovers. I searched the entire instructions twice, but I couldn't find any place where I should add them. So don't be worried if you have them left after part 1. With pack number 2, we are building the entire shelf. It contains a lot of books and some crystals at the top. Let's have a close look to the shelf from top to bottom. Next you can see the desk, with a coffee mug and a croissant as well as some flowers. And finally we head over to the knight's gear, consistent of a head and a shield. Stage 3 starts with building the back wall, which can be opened and closed. Next comes the store windows. Unfortunately, it has some parts where you cannot look through that good. Here you missed a chance to present it much better. It looks unsymmetric and wrong. And finally the first half of the entry door. In section 3 it's the first time that we need parts of the light kit. So carefully open the box. You have 3 bags inside as well as a battery box and one USB cable. Surprisingly, it also contains tweezers. You shouldn't be worried, I haven't used that one in the entire build. Most probably this is for placing the cables, but even without it, it was pretty easy to get a good result. Attaching the lights is really simple. The instructions gives you a very good idea how you have to route the cables. You have special bricks where you can hide the cable and the LEDs are placed already in some bricks. Here you can see how easy it is. After placing the cables, it will be immediately locked with a brick. Time to open the bag with blocks with patterns. It contains all prints that span across multiple bricks. As you can see, the sign for Susan's Antique Store is located on a blue spare part. Look how beautiful Funwhole do their prints. Now we are adding the main sign. It consists of 5 printed bricks that belong together. It's amazing how the prints look like and how they are able to print across multiple tiles. Purely amazing. The tiles were located on a blue spare plate, so that you get already an idea how they should be placed. Let's attach the big sign and we have almost completed stage 3. Here is the final result of stage 3. We have built 3 out of 4 walls of the first level. We built the Builtful brick build swing doors, the big Susan's Antique Store sign as well as 2 beautiful lamps that contain the first lights of the set. And of course, the openable back, so that you can play or have a good look inside. This is how it looks after pack number 4. We completed the ground level, we added the missing walls as well as we added the stairs to the next level. We added one more shelf to the grand shelf. We added some pictures and we completed the final cable management. Some more printed tiles were added as well as a sun protection over the flowers. Let's have a look inside. You can see the 2 pictures as well as the new shelf containing different items that are sold. In the back you can remove the part where all cables come together. There are 3 ways to illuminate the building that I show you later. It's time to test how the lights look like. There are 3 LEDs used in the ground level. 2 for the lamps and 1 right behind the door. Let's open the doors and have a look inside. The entrance is really beautiful and you feel very welcome. How good must it feel to be a customer right there? You can the bottom of the big shelf and the beautiful parquet. With pack 5 we start the first floor. We build the entire ground with a hole for the grand shelf. Already 1 wall is added with 2 beautiful windows. Behind the wall we have an old projector as well as the first part of a yellow/red curtain. Time to start with pack 6. We start with a beautiful piano, followed by a very big wall which already completes the whole walls of part 6. Let's have a closer look what we have done. First you can see the beautiful rounded store window. Next we are heading to the back. Unfortunately, we don't have any possibilities to open the wall here. Then we can see the back of the piano before we come to the other good-looking facade. Let's see what we have inside. The beginning of the next stairs, the upright piano and the vitascope. On the wall we have a very big painting of flowers as well as a vintage lamp. In pack 9 we build in the middle layer to the next level as well as some details. First you can see the sand clock which hangs on the outside of that building. We also completed the stairs with a nice ceiling. Here you can see the bridge that transfer the current to the upper level. What a smart solution. Let's attach that level, extra for you I did this in the night mode with all the lights. As you can see, as soon as the upper level hits the contact, it starts to illuminate. Let's have a look how those 2 levels look like in the night with all the lightings. You can see the grand shelf through the big windows in the front very clearly. Through the other window you can also have a look to the wonderful painting. Unfortunately the other 2 windows doesn't reveal too much. Let's have a look from the top before we see this in day mode. In the day mode you can see those nice facades shining at you. The sand clock fits pretty nice and reveals what happens in the next level. From the top you can see once again the vitascope and the upright piano. And of course the top of the grand shelf. The top level is dedicated to clocks. With pack 8 you already build 3 different clocks as well as a chimney. You also put some tiles on the ground and you build the first wall as well as the facade with 2 windows. Those windows have 1 tiny flower each. With pack number 9 you build one of the most iconic parts of that building, at least that is how it feels to me. After building the front facade you start building the big part that contains a picture for the inside and a colorful Illuminate pattern for the outside. I captured this in a speed build for you. Attaching this part is indeed a bit tricky. It is one of the few hard parts of this set. You need to connect the LED plate first and then you have very little space to attach the big assemble correctly. After some attempts, I got it finally. So here is the final review after pack number 9. Actually it doesn't add too much to the build. We mainly build the arch that hold that iconic picture colored light combination. And of course we completed the 2 walls that we started with the last section. In pack number 10 we complete the second floor. We build 1 more clock for this level, as well as another window with a tiny air condition. Another big wall is added. Also this cannot be opened unfortunately, which is a great miss in my opinion. Let's see what we have done inside. Here you can see the long case clock and the grandfather clock which were added lately. Let's add this floor to the building. Unfortunately this floor is a bit tougher to add than the one before. But in the end it worked somehow. The second last pack is dedicated to the roof. We builded the grounds of the roof including 2 gargoyles and a window with another roof on top of it. You can already see the cables that are dedicated for the chandelier following in the last section of the build. Here is now the second gargoyle. I think they mark the end of the beautiful facades. With the last pack of the set you first complete the roof. You build a nice glass roof which holds the chandelier. The chandelier was also a bit of a tough assemble. You can see also the top of the chimney, which is still open on one side. Its purpose is also to route the cables to the chandelier. Here you can see the chandelier. All 4 lights are illuminated and they have diamonds on the top. Before we have a closer look to the rest of this pack, which includes all the mini builds for the pavement, we see how the building looks like when it is completed. The last step is to add all the tiny details to bring this set alive. We start with the signs for the bus stop, followed by a welcome to Susan's Antique Company sign. In the back we add a mailbox. Now we have a pretty nice bench, but I wasn't able to attach it to the right position at first. My bad. But with my second attempt I was finally able to position it right. Next comes a flower bed, followed by a beautiful cat. I mean, how nice is this mold? Meow. Then we add a trolley containing 1 more picture. Maybe this is for the gallery? And as a very last assemble, we have this nice vintage camera. Let's have a final browse through the items on the pavement before I show you the different ways to illuminate the set. There are 3 ways to provide current to the building. You can choose from adding a battery box, direct USB cable, or the provided USB converter cable. First we look how the battery box is attached on the side. There are nubs, where you can attach the brown battery box. You need 3 AAA batteries and then you can connect via USB. You need your own USB cable to connect from the battery box. You should take a short one, that I didn't had. The second solution is my preferred solution. You use the USB port in the building to directly connect a cable to an USB power supply. Last but not least, you could also connect a cable inside the building. This converter cable is part of the set and once added, you can plug it directly into any USB power supply. Now since everything is complete, let's have a look at the entire building. I must say it looks stunning and the lights are perfect for anyone who wants to display the set. And here comes one big advantage, you could have static power supply, so you are not dependent on any batteries. Another highlight is of course the illuminated colorful window. All in all you can state that it's the same design level as the boutique hotel of Lego, except that this one has lights, which makes it much cooler. The quality of the bricks is outstanding. I have built several other brands already, but those bricks are really good. If you look at the product as a whole, you will notice that this isn't any Lego knockoff, rather it's an independent brand, with their own concept, day and night, that creates sets in a very high quality. It's definitely a must-try for any open-minded builders. Last but not least it is cheaper than any comparable Lego set. The price is about 60%, but actually since all their sets have light kits, you cannot really compare. If you want to buy a light kit for any LEGO set, you have to pay between 30 and 60 euro, and here it is part of every set. So what did I like and what did I not like when building this set? I think they could improve the brick separator. I caught myself using a different one when I did mistake. Also, I wished you could have a better look inside. You can barely see the chandelier, which is really a missed opportunity. Last but not least, it has really few items to sell. It is considered to be an antique store, but it feels more like a museum to me. What I really liked about the set is that it never gets boring. The building experience is very great, and my personal feeling is that it's a bit more challenging than LEGO sets. They have really cool building techniques, and I really enjoyed building it. Another stunning highlight is the cable management. I think it's not possible to do any better. You really notice that Funwhole specialized on this. It's really awesome, as you can barely see any cables, and transferring the power with bridges to each level is purely awesome. I also like the light kit. It brings this set to a much higher level. All in all, I think the set looks pretty awesome. Yes, they could have done a few bits and pieces better, but honestly, who is perfect? And it contains no strange colors hidden somewhere. You get only pieces in the colors that are used in the set. I can really highly recommend buying this set. It is perfect for adding to an existing city as well as a good standalone display set. If you buy this via my affiliate link, you could use the coupon code KLEMBAU10 to get 10% of this set. You don't have any extra cost, but I get a small commission. Thank you for watching my review, and don't forget to subscribe. Give a thumbs up if you want to see more Funwhole reviews.